security, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping structures and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
The Lincoln Light Guy salutes the men and women of our military and veterans for the sacrifices they've made. Keep them in your thoughts, prayers, and letters from home until these trying times are over. Our troops are fighting hard around the clock to defend our great country and keep freedom alive worldwide. For this, we salute them and may God bless America. This from Lincoln Light Guy. Locally owned and operated, installing and servicing permanent, holiday, and special occasion lighting for your home or business.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Welcome into the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post. Here are your hosts, Executive Director John Goodwin and Athletic Director Michael Hunter. The Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back.
Yeah.
Early.
8
o'clock show. 93.7 The Ticket, the Malone Radio Show.
We in the building.
All day.
Every day.
Well, probably not every day, but we on Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday, all day, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, we are here with a special guest. We ready to kick it off. But before we kick it off, you know what we have to do. And for those who don't know, get used to this voice. We start with the vision is to create unity and prosperity throughout Lincoln while honoring our African American heritage. And our mission is to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln.
How do we do it?
We do it with the holistic programs we have to offer, which are experiences, making sure that we are trying to and are changing lives out here in this community. And we're doing great work.
Yeah.
Our building is looking really nice. It is coming up. Samson is doing a great job of making sure they are getting that building up ready for us to go.
They're getting it up.
So big shouts out to Samson and Sinclair Hilly.
Look, I drove past 3 times a day because I thought I missed something.
Was they working?
They was working.
Good.
That's what I thought I missed, seeing people. But they was on the inside. They was working though.
Man, listen.
It was working.
Listen, we excited about that project and can't wait to bring some creativity to that area to make sure that we're providing services. So we can't wait. Definitely can't wait.
About to be cooking.
About to be on fire.
Yeah. Don't put us out either.
Hey.
Don't put us out.
Don't put us out. We have a special guest tonight. I'm trying to figure out what they got on my shirt here. I didn't got distracted.
I see you swiping.
Big Franz is in the house today.
How we doing?
Yeah,
he said, "How we doing?"
Yeah.
I'm just a guest. I'm excited to be here tonight, though.
Man, this is a great thing. This is a definitely great thing. Me and Franz go way back.
Yes.
Man.
Yep.
Man.
So
and neither one of us had gray hair.
No, neither one of us. You were security at Lincoln High. I was a student. And
hold up. Yeah, you better stop letting people get on here aging you.
Right, man. Listen. John was he was one of the good ones. It's all right? Because I didn't tell him when. Maybe I don't know.
No, they don't need no
base.
when.
Yeah, I'm 23 years old.
There you go. There you go.
That ain't helping my cause.
Oh, man.
Like what happened?
Man.
What definitely happened? Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on, but we really want to know where you from. You from Lincoln? Tell us about the schools you went to. Let's start with there, and then we'll head on into the good stuff.
All right. I'm trying not to rabbit hole a little bit, but yeah, I've been born and raised in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Hold on. Let's get this mic right.
Okay.
So y'all can hear this brother talk directly into the. What? How did Martin say? Talk directly into.
It's like, what's a good distance from the mic?
There it is.
I don't want to be
Good
too
right
close.
there.
There it is.
Here we are. Okay. Hopefully everyone can hear me. But yeah, I'm born and raised in Lincoln, Nebraska. I am a Lincoln High alumni, a Doane alumni, Doane of Lincoln. I've traveled a little bit and even went to some schools outside. Been to University of South Alabama, been to Northeast Community College, Norfolk, Nebraska. So 2 different worlds, if you can believe it, from small town Nebraska to a big city like Mobile, Nebraska. And just, yeah, man, but came back. We're here and having a good time.
Having a good time. So what was your major in college? What did you major in?
So when I was at college, I majored in something called organizational communications. Now, this is not a major that I would promote, but I will say that when I was in school, I wasn't a big fan of math, calculus, accounting, numbers, and all that stuff. I was more of a talker, and that seemed to be like the right fit for me at the time when it comes to going to college, and it was something I was able to finish and grow after that.
Did you know, maybe in high school, did you have an idea what you wanted to do in your career?
No, I just wanted to have purpose and just just be a part of something to where I could just be proud of. And I was thinking, when you graduate from college, they'll just point you in the right direction. It's like, you know what? Here's your bachelor's degree, and here's your job. You're gonna, in my mind, I'm thinking they would have an office for me. What I'll be doing, I have no idea. You're just gonna have an office for me. I'm gonna make $50,000 a year. I'm gonna have my own car. I'm gonna have all these benefits. And how am I gonna earn that? It doesn't matter. Here's my bachelor's degree. Slide it across the table, and you're welcome. Well, what's your experience? I don't have any, but here it is. My bachelor's degree, and just slide it across one more time because they're pushing it back. And so I've had jobs trying to figure it out. I worked in the kitchen. I've made sandwiches. I've been a line cook. I've worked in factories. I've done a little bit of this and that. I've done some traveling with Citibank doing credit card marketing. That's a whole other story. Until that shut down. But no, I was just always just looking for something to grow and be a part of and have purpose.
Now that you've gone a different route in regards of not knowing what you want to do. You getting into college, going through different experiences, trying to figure out with the different jobs. I know I did the same thing. They said, "Hey man, you going to work?" I had so many jobs, it was ridiculous. Yes. Coming out of high school, working assembly lines, all kind of stuff. RPS, just a whole gamut of jobs to where White Castle, flipping burgers, frying fries. I was doing quite a bit of everything. White Castle. Yes. And so what are you doing right now? What is the profession you're in right now?
So leading up to a long story short, I own a company called Antoine Exteriors where we specialize in roofing, gutters, and siding. We do it for commercial buildings as well as residential homes, but that's I would say the residential is probably 80% of our business. I started back in 2021 and just haven't really looked back since. I've been in the industry for about 8 years, but I started the company going on 4 years ago. And, since then, they say when you start your own business, you got about 3 to 5 years to see if it's going to continue or not. And, we got a perfect 5-star review. We've been in the Lincoln Journal-Star as runner-up for best roofer of Lincoln, Nebraska. And it's the only Black-owned roofing company in all of Nebraska.
Wow.
And the only reason why I know that is because, I'm from Lincoln, and I'm very well known in the business community here, but I also do some networking in Omaha. And another contractor brought it up to my attention, who's been doing concrete and exterior work for 30 years. And he says, you're the only Black. And so I've been kind of looking for it, just like, is there any others? I don't think they're going to be in Fremont. I don't think they're going to be in Ogallala. So it might be safe to say, only one.
Wow. What made you get into what you're doing right now, roofing? So what pushed you to go that route?
It's kind of a weird story. So before I did roofing, I was I worked for a company called RES Group, and I was an IT recruiter for 4 years, and loved it. But for the last 6 months, I felt like I was getting a little burnt out. It was a little redundant, and I had a really good friend at the time who, still is a good friend, but he owned a roofing company and told me about it. I was ready for a change. I didn't know kind of what I was getting into, and he kind of fluffed it a little bit on, the rewards of it. And so I just kind of took a leap of faith and I just jumped into it, quit a job that had benefits and a salary. And I became an independent contractor for a roofing company. And it was a eat what you kill kind of a business. So it really wasn't benefits. It wasn't, how can I say? It wasn't your 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because roofing, I used to roof. Mm-hmm. That's hard, bro.
Yeah, it's back.
Like I did commercial.
Yeah,
that's hard.
You was using that. You was rolling that black.
Yeah,
rubber
that hot. Yeah,
it got hot.
Yeah,
man. It's we're made for the heat. We're made for the heat, though, John. John just is laughing.
Man, Mike, man, listen. What happened, Mike? What happened?
Oh, I can't.
No, Mike, we still have a place for you. It's fine. No, we have a place for you. We can come.
No, see,
No, I'm gonna take.
no,
You're already qualified.
This was back in you know, the era where,
Oh man,
you know, where I really didn't take direction well.
Okay.
Or people talking. I still don't. You talk crazy to me.
That's,
you know, yeah.
So
So
adults.
yeah, and so I wasn't my foreman, because I was an apprentice. So you know, they treat you like, you know, you just.
You know, I don't know if I can say this on the air like this, but people who work in the blue collar industry, you know, construction, they're not the most nicest people.
Yeah.
They just very crass and blunt, and sometimes unnecessarily blunt.
Yeah, well, we was working. I think they changed it to T-Mobile now. On Knoll in Kansas, it was a Sprint Center. We had, you know, that was the last roof I did, was on the Sprint Center. I think it's a T-Mobile building. They might have changed. I think it's T-Mobile now.
Okay.
Well, he said something slick.
See?
And I told him while we was up there, I said, hey, I don't think God made you with wings. You say something else to me. So, but then, you know, for some odd reason, 3 hours later, they was going through a layoff process.
I tell you what, I got a good story for you. I got a good story. So a lot of my work involves insurance work. So we have hailstorms, and we specialize in working with insurance companies to bring everyone back to pre-storm conditions, which means you got a bad roof, we'll replace the roof, siding, all that stuff. But first, we got to get it paid for by insurance. And so what my role is, or at least the role that I choose to do when I'm working with customers, is I will meet the adjuster on the property. And, you know, some adjusters are nice. Most of the time it's pleasant. This one, it wasn't. And he didn't want me there. And he, you know, was clearly damaged all over the house. And he just was saying that I was there to take advantage of an insurance company, if you could believe something like that. And, you know, didn't have the nicest stuff to say, and was just kind of being slick. And here's the thing, we both on that roof, but we're using my ladder.
Right.
Okay. So we're talking about, it's about 15 minutes into this. And, you know, I was like, all right, man. So I went down, I took my ladder and left him up there. This is kind of when I was like my first year in the industry. You know, because we're both here. Let's be professional.
Yeah.
We're here to take care of something, let's taking care of a customer. This kind of interaction is just like not necessary. So I took my ladder, and he's up there like saying, "What are you doing?" You know, I didn't leave him, but I did circle the block.
The longest blocker.
I had to circle the block.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I got my ladder back up there, and you know, it's like, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? I'm saying it calmly now. It was a little bit more heated then. And, you know, he denied the roof. I was able to put in a letter to the company to do a readjust. We got to pay for it.
Right.
We got to pay for it, but it felt good to leave him on.
Oh, man.
How did you, okay, so you working with the company. What gave you the idea to say, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing?
So I've talked about this story.
So you must have fell in love with doing what you were doing.
I did like what I was doing a lot, but it was like I was entertaining starting my own thing, but I liked the company that I was working for. I was working with friends, and I liked everybody in the office. It was a good environment. But one day, the company ended like y'all remember Enron in the 90s? That big company that was safe to work at, and everybody had like their benefits, their 401k, their pensions. And then one day they came in on a Monday morning and the doors were locked. And it was just shut down. Anybody that's familiar with the story of Enron, it was like a really big company back in the 90s, and it was like the most secure job. And so, yeah, that's the same thing happened to me. I came in, the doors were locked, and I was told through others that they're done. They owed suppliers money. They owed, you know, they took payments without work being done. There was contractors not paid. I still have work that I still need to be paid for that I never got paid for. And we had just bought a house in Fallbrook. So I had some things to figure out. And so I could either get a job, because I did get 18 different phone calls for another roofing company, or do I just start my own? So I started my own company in 4 days. I had to wrap my truck, business cards, website. I had to disassociate myself from the last company. I won't say their name on the air, but I had to disassociate myself and distance myself because they made the news. It was pretty bad. And then I made an announcement on Facebook. The crews I've been working with for like years, I was like, "Do you guys still want to work together?" They said, "Yes, please. We got to make up this money that we're not paid for the past few jobs." So I recruited all the workers. I still work with the same workers, and we've been riding ever since.
4 days?
You said 4 days.
4 days. Put it all together in 4 days. It wasn't the best website. The truck, I had a logo design on Fiverr. Some guy did it for $75. The truck that I had paid it off through that company, and I just took the old wrap off and put a new wrap on. There was a lot that happened. Took over the lease, because the lease where I'm leasing my office now used to belong to the company I worked for, and they allowed me just to renew that lease in my own name. And it was a rush, because here's the thing: like, I still had business coming in, and people wanted to work with me, but now they're working with me directly with my own company. And
so you learned as you went, as you saying 4 days.
Yeah, that's what
you're talking about starting a business. A lot of people take months to figure it out. You leave a job, and instead of taking those 19 different offers, you say, "I'm about to start this business, and we're gonna get it knocked out in 4 days." In fact, and yeah, you're saying the website wasn't the best, but I'm thinking about all the other logistics to starting a business.
So I will say I understood a lot of the business, because when I was working for the other company, I did everything. I found the business. I did all the estimating. I knew the numbers. I knew how much we're paying the crews. I knew how much we were paying for materials. I knew what the markup was. I understood I was very hands-on with the crews, the customer. I ran it from beginning to end, every single project. So I understood a lot going in, but then there is a business aspect on working on the business versus in the business, because I can't be the man on the field in 20 different places, and like KPIs and systems and processes and doing all that stuff. I didn't really understand that part of it, and then learning that as I go and being around like-minded people. And trial and error. A lot of
trial and error.
a lot of people are scared of that error, and that's what prevents a lot of people from growing, because they're so scared on how they'll look.
That and taking that leap.
The leap is scary, especially if you have kids and people that depend on you, and a new house that you could lose.
So what would you tell a person if they are scared to take that leap? Like, look, and the situation may be the same, or it may be a little bit worse, and when they have more kids, or whatever the case that may look like. But what would you tell them? Like, what went through your mind? Because I know you had some doubt too. So what got you over that hump? Like saying, you know what? Yeah, I doubt you're there, but guess what? I'm still gonna do this.
So I took a leap twice. The first time I went with the company and I didn't have a salary, and I knew I was working for 100% commission. That was me leaving a job with benefits and a salary and commission. My wife, she supports me, with everything that I do. But even she was, I think, looking at me sideline like, you sure about that?
Right.
It's, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's like being a risk taker, because it's easy for someone on the outside looking in and be like, "No, man, you can do it. Just go ahead and get in there." Like, they don't care. They don't care about the consequences. There's people who I got to leave their job and start their own business, because I would ask them, like, how much of an understanding that that they would. Then we just talk about ideas, and just, the more you talk about it, the more it's real, and then write it down. And then here's one thing that a lot of business owners don't want to do. But if you are going to own a business, get a business coach. And I'm not talking some guy who got a certificate online who spent 8 weeks taking a course and then wants to tell you how to grow your business. No, man. Find someone who's actually grown something and understands that world. Because that guidance is so precious. So I didn't get a business coach for the first 2 years of owning this thing.
Okay, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We really want to dive in a little bit more about those steps that you took to maybe help someone else out here that is thinking about doing the same thing. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Early break.
I'm not a dog expert. No, it's not. I don't mind dog. I'm not a dog expert, though.
He does talk to chickens, though. It's very
talked
endearing.
to talked to another chicken this past week.
Talk to chickens.
What was that? Do it again.
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Country music star Rodney Atkins will be performing at the Icebox on Friday, June 20th. Tickets start at $30 and doors open at 7 p.m. The capacity is only 3,000, so don't wait. Buy your tickets at lincolnstars.com today before it sells out.
If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping structures and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Now back to the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back.
Yeah, if I would have had my beat, I would have took off on it.
Oh, you can't do nothing with this beat?
Oh, I can. I could.
Okay, let's see. Let's do a little something.
Gotta get back in the fun. You know what I mean? We gotta.
Jackson got you. He got you. Just big shouts out to Jackson tonight.
yeah.
Who's stepping in for Harrison?
Yeah. Hey, where Harrison say he on vacation?
That's what he said. But we ain't
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. I hope he listening tonight. You know what, Harrison? You ain't tell nobody you was going to Arizona. Also, big shouts out to Mama Tula. Big sister Sean. Hope y'all tuned in.
Big shouts out to him.
Yeah. All the way in Chi-Town,
Windy
City.
I don't exist when she's. I don't exist. Yeah, I said it, Tula. I don't exist when Mike is around. It's what it is. So big shouts out to you anyway. And appreciate Jackson for coming through with us tonight.
Yeah. Big
of course.
Definitely appreciate it. We here in with Franz, man. The Franz.
Yes, sir.
It is doing big things in the roofing industry. And we were sitting there talking about, even during the break, the steps that he took. And him starting his own from that company that he was with. And let's finish up on a little bit on what you were saying there. As far as with those steps, and how did you get to where you are right now and starting a business?
Right. So I would have to say that I got some education from the previous company. So it kind of related to if you're a plumber working for a company or an electrician or doing a trade, and you really understand that trade, the ins and outs of it. And, you know, you work for a company for a year or 2 years or 3 years. And once you understand the work and understand the business, it's just really transferring that same thing that you know what you're doing into your own brand. Mm-hmm. And so if you're working for ABC Company, but now you want to turn ABC Company into John Smith, you know, I'm John Smith. I've been with ABC Company for so many years, but now I want to do Smith's Electrician Company. So what do I need for, well, what did ABC Company do? They had a logo, they had a website, they had, you know, how they get their business coming in, you know, they had social media. What are they doing to make them so successful? And then that's what I need to do. So,
and it sounded like too, when you were talking, when you said when you already had the clients, you already had the people that was willing to work with you. which really means that relationships matter. You've built relationships with people to where they trust you, they believe in you, and they will do what they can to work for you and with you. And
Even
that's not
after
just
all of
with
that,
right,
even
not
after all
and,
that,
and
yeah.
and not just the customers, but the also the people that you were working with,
The suppliers.
that saw something in you to say, yeah, okay, look, let's do it, because we know who you are. We have a relationship with you.
I would say about 97% of my business and growing and getting customers come from relationships. And that part, it does take time, you know. So it's I would tell people trying to start their business, if you're not getting support from family and friends, there's so much support out there. There's so many networking groups out there. Just to really believe in yourself and just to go out there and just, you know this stuff. Just this stuff. Just go out there and do it.
So if someone was starting a business and was having a hard time, getting it off the ground and things of that nature, what kind of advice would you get in?
That's funny because I actually get calls like that quite a bit. And so I got a buddy of mine who can do so much handyman work and wanted to start his handyman business. And I was finding him some stuff to do for me on the side. And he's just like, okay, what do I got to do? So the first thing you got to do, if you want to start your own business, research what does it take to get an LLC. Get your LLC, get registered with Nebraska. It ain't nothing but paperwork, a few $100. Get that out the way. Get your EIN number. Get a bank account. This is what I'm telling people who's serious about taking those first steps. Once you get your EIN number, get a bank account, because keep that separate from your personal spendings, because they want to see what you're making and how much tax they want to take from you. Understand the accounting part of it. What write-offs are, what's a write-off, what's not. So many moving parts when you're owning a business, but those are going to be, everyone's got to go through those steps to get legitimate. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And once you have your EIN number, once you have your LLC, this is not a requirement, but to separate yourself from everyone else, get a logo. Man, with AI,
yeah,
the information to get things done today is just so effortless.
Right.
You want a business plan? Ask ChatGPT just to write one out for you.
Really? That easy.
And he can elaborate, make it funny, so you enjoy reading all that. I don't know. It's different today than it was back then. Right now, I would say today's world, people are very more ambitious on starting their own stuff versus getting a job. When I graduated from college, everybody was looking for a job, for somebody else to get an opportunity. People today are creating their own opportunities.
Right.
What are you good at? Let's start there. You're good at that. There's a marker for it. All right. Get an LLC, get an EIN, get a bank account, get on social media, get some followers. Good goodness. Everybody's on social media.
What makes you or your business relevant? Why are you different from everyone else? So if I'm looking to get my roof done,
I was about to say, if I'm looking in the yellow pages.
Yeah. What set you apart from everybody else?
If we're talking about just the logistics of building a roof, our company is a dealer with some of the most exclusive products in the area. There's only one other dealer in Nebraska that provides the products that we have, and they're in Omaha, and I won't give you their name. But when it comes to the logistics of the underlayments, the metals, the type of shingles we use, there's things that we are a dealer on that no one else can have access to. But you won't know that until you sit down with me. And you can have a very basic roof, because there's 100 roofing companies out here. They all go to the same suppliers. They all get the same stuff. And you can have the same stuff. Or do you want a roof that you'll never have to replace ever again? You want to talk about that? Let's talk about that. we build a better roof is what sets us apart. And to understand that, which I'm not going to bore everybody with that tonight, we'd have to sit down and have a conversation on what's the difference between what we build and what they build. And what they build, is good for basic, and what we build,
it'll keep you dry.
It'll keep you dry. It'll keep you dry until a storm or something happens.
And what's the name of your roofing company again?
We're called Antoine Exteriors.
How can they find you?
Check us out on www.antoineexteriorsllc.com. If you'd like to schedule an appointment, feel free to call us Monday through Friday 8 to 5, 402-260-1099. And that's to our office. That is not my cell phone. Man, when I first got into this thing, I was very ambitious. I put my cell phone on billboards in my truck and all that stuff. Listen, shout out to you, to the hustlers out there doing that. I have an assistant now, and it's been great. I still get the calls, but that's fine. But yeah, stop putting my phone out there.
Oh yeah.
So what you've done is created something different from everyone else. You've become relevant to where now people are you don't have to go too much and get them, or now they're coming to you because of the work that you do.
I can honestly say that we've been blessed, and all of my appointments are from inbound calls. 100% of my business. I don't chase. I let it, but I make sure that the experience is there, because once that drops, then they stop calling when they realize, oh, France did your roof? No, hey, don't do that. So I got to make sure that everybody that I execute, we communicate well, we do what we say we're going to do, and we clean up. And so when it's all said and done, you got to ask the same question. If you had to do this all over again, would you pick Antoine Exteriors? And 9 times out of 10, they say yes. And I say 9 times out of 10 because you can't please everyone. In the construction world, things don't go perfect. But if there's mistakes made, will you come back and fix it? And will you pay attention? Will you care?
How long does it usually take to put? I know it depends on the size of the house and all that kind of stuff, but like normally, how long does it take to put a roof?
Just today, we did about a 4,000 square foot roof in Greenwood, Nebraska. We started at 6 a.m. and I don't know, I just left the guys about a couple hours ago, and they were just finishing up today, one day. One day. We gotta have enough guys,
right?
I usually have enough guys, but yeah, we have an army of guys now. If we're splitting up, if we only have like 3-4 guys on a roof like that, it's gonna take 2 days. But I always bring out the team, and we have a great team, really great team.
That's see, knowing you from, let's say, high school.
Yes.
And so I mean, we're listening to a person who did not have a clue what he wanted to do, didn't like math, calculus, all this other stuff. Now you start talking about, hey, you're going to make sure your accounting is good. You want to make
sure. So in fairness, yeah, I outsource that to a professional, someone who actually went to college for accounting.
There you go.
Shout out to accounting majors out there. You're doing what a lot of us don't want to do, and I love you for it, and I need you in my life.
And basically, you don't have to be the expert of everything. And that's basically what you're saying. You've hired low maintenance, high return people who can help you execute how you need to execute, get your job to where, get their job or whatever job that you're doing, commercial, residential, get that thing out there to perfection to where now it's word of mouth. And if anybody needs roofing, what all do you do? Let's explain
So
that.
outside of roofing, we do all kinds of siding work. We do metal siding. Vinyl is probably the most common because it's cost effective. We use a fiber cement. It's referred to as James Hardy siding. To all my small town people out there that are tired of replacing their siding every year from these storms, you get the James Hardy siding. It looks beautiful. It's very impact resistant. We also put up what's called a LP Smart siding, which is designed, engineered wood that doesn't get termites or rot, but you still want that good wood look. And there's all kinds of colors. There's all kinds of ideas. There's all kinds of stuff. We could do a 3D model. We can make a party on it.
Oh, so from there to, you say roofing to?
We do roofing, siding, and we also do gutters. It's really good to have a good gutter system because this is going to be affecting the longevity of your house. So having a good gutter system is going to protect your foundation. And also we are a dealer for I would arguably say some of the best gutter screens around. And we are the dealer that can only get these kind of gutter screens. And so if you want to go for that maintenance free deal and never have to clean out your gutters again, we do have a solution for that as well. So want to know about it, just go ahead and book an appointment.
We have the best roofing guy in the state.
Hey,
I would probably have to say United States, put you up there on the MISAP, the United States. Listen, if you're gonna be relevant, hey man, the world needs to know.
Yeah, might as well be
relevant. The world needs to know who Franz is and what he can do. Definitely appreciate everything that you have done for this community, because you also give back too. You also volunteer. Not only do you have one of the best, if not the best in the state as far as roofing companies, you are in the community giving back to the back to school bash that Visionary Youth and Malone Center does.
Yes.
All of the other events from the backpack events to the turkey events to the Christmas events, you're giving back your time, your efforts.
Yes.
I'm hooked.
And we don't see that a lot, that companies and owners of the company will give back to their community in that way. It may be a fiscal, but to actually get involved and to see and have impact.
We went on a couple runs.
It's your community.
We get out there, Johnny. I'm out there with you guys, running food and just kind of walk around, clean it up, interacting with the community. And I mean, it doesn't really feel like work. I mean, we're out there all day and it's hot, but it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. And just to see everybody and the kids' faces light up, and just for the back to school bash, obviously the Visionary doing the Thanksgiving, what they give around like 1,000 turkey dinners.
1,200 turkeys.
1,200 turkey dinners.
1,200 turkey dinners.
You know, so when I was out there, I walked. So she has an older lady had their turkey dinner, right? So you got to walk them through. You get the turkey, get the pie, and all the things. And I'm helping her out to her car. And when I got to her car, she broke down crying, saying, "Thank you for doing this. I didn't know how we were going to pull this year." And I'm like, "You're not going to do it. You're not going to make me cry. Here's your bag." I gave her a hug and I got out of there. I cried a little later.
Yeah. You can't help to do that. And the people that is there giving their time, their heart is in it. Yeah. And when your heart is in it, man, it means so much more to the people that you're serving, and they feel it. They feel that. And we're really one mess up, one accident, one mistake away from being on the opposite side. If you really look at that, if think about it. Just think about it. Just even your story, it could have went a whole nother way. Yeah. Your leap, you took the leap of faith and the strategy, and it worked. But you were in a position where you went to work and everything was locked up.
I think what has to be fair to point out, when I first got in the industry and I was learning, there was a lot of embarrassing moments. There's people are going to ask questions that you may not know on the spot. You might be doing some kind of fix where it wasn't the right way, but after you make the mistake, you learn from it. And honestly, you gotta embrace the mistakes, and that's what's kind of tough, because people don't want to look like that.
Right.
Everybody has this PR on themselves. They want to be the experts today, but you don't become an expert. I mean, until you have a few L's, and so. Almost like a gambler. We don't want to talk about the L's. We just talk about the W's,
You got that right. Hey, but we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through June 3rd is $1 off per pack on Plum Creek chicken, $1 off all bacon, and 15% off cheese and crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Now back to the Malone Radio Show, sponsored by The Post on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay,
Nah,
Mike
we
is
gotta
about
go
to do
quick
it.
though. We gotta go
Mike
quick.
about to do it.
Nah, we gotta go
This
quick.
the night.
You
This
know
the
what I'm
night.
saying? We got. I would. Hey, if this would have came on that second segment, I would have flamed the mic. But since we gotta go, you know what I'm saying? We gotta wrap it up almost.
It's okay.
We're
man.
back with Franz, 93.7 The Ticket, the Malone Radio Show. We're here with Franz. Again, he's so popular. We just say the first name because everybody should know who this brother is. Know who this brother is. By the end of the day, they're going to be like, Franz, we need Franz. Tell them again what you do, your business. What all do you do in your business and how to get in contact with you before we leave the air tonight?
Okay, I can close it off like this. So the roofing business is called Antoine Exteriors. We do residential, commercial roofing, siding, and gutters. You can find us on our website, which is www.antoineexteriorsllc.com. You can message us through there. You can see some of the work that we've done there and where we're working in the area, Southwest area, or Southeast exterior, excuse me. And also, you can give us a call, 402-260-1099, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and schedule an appointment with us. And just I'm definitely here to talk about mine, but I'm a big fan of what you guys have been doing. I've been a part of the Malone Center ever since I was a youth. And it's because we have people in our lives as youth is what keeps us in the right direction. Like we might fall off for a little bit, but then you got those role models there to tell you and keep you accountable for what you're doing and tell you what's what. And it's definitely made a difference, because there's a lot of other things that could have happened. But we got you guys, and so shout out to you guys. I just want to throw that out there.
Definitely appreciate
Definitely
it.
appreciate it.
Big shouts out to you too for doing what you're doing and taking those leaps of faith to make sure that you're providing what you're providing. You're a gift to not just to your family, but you're a gift to this community and the things that you do in and outside this community. We are this community, and as the Malone, we are very happy to have you, and I'm glad that you stayed here in Lincoln, Nebraska, for us to experience the gift that you have, because you are doing some remarkable things out here in this community and in the business community.
Thank you.
So big shouts out to you and your community. Big shouts out to Liza, LP Fitness.
LP Fitness.
Look, y'all thought we forgot. Me and Franz, we ain't forgot. My legs are hurting right now, so I definitely need to be consistent up in there.
Yes, you got a good workout in. Surprised to see John there. Liza didn't believe it. I posted us on social media. She didn't believe it.
She didn't believe
it. John to put his name on
That's
here.
right. We was in there working hard, getting beat up. Definitely appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Malone Radio Show, 93.7 The Ticket. We will see you next week. The Ticket.